Review number 2 for the Unit 3 test for Lucerna. This is number 18, all our constructions. Part A asks us to draw a circle and fold to find the center. So what I've done is on this tracing paper, there's my circle. I drew a circle already. Notice this fold to find the center. All that means is we're going to take our circle, we're going to fold it in half once. Now once you fold it in half, the center is going to be on this fold somewhere. To find that center, we're going to fold it again, but we're not going to fold over that same line. We're going to fold over a different line. Once you fold it twice, no matter where you fold it, as long as your two folds don't overlap, you will find the center right there. So there's the center of our hexagon. Now, the construction you actually have to do on the test is to inscribe a regular hexagon inside this circle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure the radius. So I've got my radius about right there. Now I'm going to go onto the circle and I'm going to draw just a little arc with that radius measure. And now I'm going to go to that arc and I'm going to keep doing this all around this circle. And if I've done it correctly, I should have 6 marks eventually. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 5th one. And a 6th one. Now, I've got to take my straight edge, which I don't have, so I'm going to go over somewhere in my classroom. Just hold on, be patient, it's going to happen. And there's my straight edge. So now, I'm going to take my straight edge and I'm going to connect all of those marks that I made with a straight line. I'm going to connect them one to the next. So there's one. Keep going all the way around the circle. And eventually I'll have a nice, beautiful, regular hexagon. And there is my inscribed hexagon. So on the test, what we'll be looking for is these little slashes, these little arcs that you drew all the way around. And then a nice neat hexagon inscribed in your circle. Part B asks us to draw a line segment first. And it doesn't matter what length it is. I'm going to start down here in this blank section. And there's a line segment. And again, it doesn't matter how long you make it. It says draw an equilateral triangle. So, back to our compass. Measuring from one endpoint to the next. There's my length. Now once I've got it measured, I'm going to draw an arc through that opposite point. Now I'm going to go to the other side, other endpoint, and do the same thing. And hopefully, just a tiny bit off it looks like, because I wanted this arc to go through the point, but it should be okay. Now I find that intersection point. Now with my straight edge, I'm connecting to eventually make an equilateral triangle. I've got now 2 sides and connecting to make a third. There's my equilateral triangle, nice and pretty. Part C now says, it says now add another to get a blank. Forgot about that part. This is kind of an extra little part of the construction. When they say add another, basically means add another triangle. So I'm going to go on to this triangle. This right here is what you'd have to do on the test. But this little extra piece has us drawing again from one endpoint to the other endpoint. Just doing the same exact thing. And so now I've got another equilateral triangle. So now I've got 2 of them. And when I did that, what I did is, remember that since these are equilateral, all these sides are the same length, which means now I have a rhombus. Because I have a quadrilateral, I have 4-sided shape overall, and all 4 of those sides are congruent. Part C, draw a scalene triangle and label points G, Y, M. And again, it's any scalene. Remember, the scalene means that all 3 sides are different lengths. So I'm going to draw a nice long one there, and then a shorter one there, and then I'm gonna connect and form the triangle. Now it looks like almost like a right triangle, but it can be scalene. These three sides are all different lengths. Now it said to label it G, Y, M. Now it says draw the median from G to YM. Now YM, what that means is that first we have to find the midpoint of YM. We have to find the point exactly in the middle here. So way back when we did perpendicular bisectors, we did this kind of drawing. And that's a real sloppy version of it. But what we're looking for is this point right here where it crosses. So take my compass, place it on MY. And remember, you don't have to have exactly the same length. You can go as long as you're more than halfway, you're estimating more than halfway. So I'm going to draw from Y one arc. I'm going to go over to M and do the same arc. And what I want is what happened here. I want those two arcs to intersect. Now I'm taking my straight edge and I'm lining up those intersections right there and there, top and bottom. And all I need is about this much. And that's showing me where the midpoint is. Now remember the median, all I'm doing from the median is connecting from G to that midpoint. So now I'm just drawing a straight line right there. There is my median for part C on number 18.